Is there anything you need? Be well.
There are ghosts wandering the land.
You're a stranger here, aren't you? I know everyone in Tien's Landing, and I've never seen you before. I would remember you. You should turn right around and leave this town. Trust me. I am Gufu, Great One. Some call me Gufu the Sweet, though I don't know why. I usually smell like the fish I sell. Perhaps they are making fun of me. But now, there are no fish to sell. I have lived in Tien's Landing all my life, but now I'm ashamed to say I wish I lived somewhere else. Everything in Tien's Landing is falling apart. Sheng, the local minister, is helpless to deal with all our troubles. You should get out while you can. You don't know? The Great Dam has been opened, and now the river's level has dropped. It's too low and fast to navigate. Without the river, we are nothing. The merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial City. The traders can't sell to the outside world. The men cannot fish, and our children go hungry. And if that wasn't bad enough, we have the pirates to worry about too. They've been raiding the countryside, taking prisoners to sell into slavery. The dam is downriver from us. When it was closed, it slowed the flow of the river, causing it to back up and the water level to rise. But with the dam open, the water drains away too quickly, and our river, the lifeblood of this town, has become a trickle. The river has no fish, and the ships can't navigate it. The dam was built nearly 20 years ago, causing the river to rise. Now the dam is open, and the river has fallen so low no ships can navigate it. Tien's Landing cannot survive without the river, but nobody in the town dares to go into the ruins to close the dam. The ruins are haunted with the spirits of the dead. It's bad luck to speak of such things. Old Wei in the town might tell you more. He's too old to care about ghosts and curses, but I have enough bad luck already. A generous offer, Great One, but the gate leading to the ruins is locked. If you want to close the dam, you'll have to get the key from Minister Sheng. I'm sure he'd be glad to give you a key to the gate. Nobody else will risk going into the ruins because of the ghost. There's a road off to the right just beyond this tea house. Keep following it up until you reach the town square. Minister Sheng is usually there. Of course, Great One. I would be honored to answer whatever questions you may have. Airship? I have only heard of such things. Graceful ships that sail through the air? I've always longed to see one, but I'm just a simple peasant. Perhaps Minister Sheng would know something of this. He once lived in the Imperial City. I have heard the skies above it are filled with airships. You don't know? The Great Dam has been opened, and now the river... The merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial... And if that was... I wish I could help you, Great One, but I am only a humble peasant woman. All I know about pirates is to try and avoid... Maybe Sheng knows more. I'm sure he'd do all he could to help you get rid of the pirates threatening the town. After all, he is our Imperial Minister. Of course, Great One. What is it you wish to... I'm afraid I don't know, honored stranger. You should speak with Lishan the Talk. You could probably find him wandering around the town somewhere, wasting time and looking for people willing to listen to his story. If you go around the side of the tea house, you'll see a path leading up to the town square. What few goods the merchants have are for sale there. They have very little help. Minister Sheng is the duly appointed minister for this region. He is trying... Of course... Yes, I do. Of course, Great One. I would be honored to answer whatever question... Take care of yourself, stranger, and be glad that you do not live in Tien's Land.
This tea house must be popular. It seems like quite a prominent structure.
Please excuse me. I know I shouldn't be crying in public like this, but I just can't help. Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak to... It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him wherever he goes. The beatings are getting worse. I'm terrified they're going to kill him. After I saw you take on those sailors, I thought, well... But there isn't. My poor Bay has done nothing to these men. They attack him for no reason at all. Please, you have to help him. I beg you. Thank you so much, kind sir. You don't know what this means to me. If our firstborn is a boy, he shall have your name. Bay is down at Beggar's Pier right now in the southeast corner of town. If you hurry, you can probably get there before the thugs attack him today.
I can't speak with you. Mr. Tay is very strict with his
Who let you back here? Bad enough I must work with incompetence. I don't need you walking through my kitchen. Do thugs like you think you can just walk back here for food any time? If I wanted human interaction, I'd have a kiosk in the square. Or maybe a trough.
Why a trough? Well, we don't feed the animals, Mr. Tay. That's handled by the farmers.
Step back, Mr. Wong. You just step back. A polite response from one of you strangers? Go on, don't waste your respect on me. I'm no high minister. I just cook. Me? There's nothing to know about me. I cook for ungrateful people who do not understand what good food is.
Your palate is very sophisticated, Mr. Tay. Some say your dishes are, acquired tastes.
No, I am quite certain that the problem is with the customers. If you wish to keep your position, Mr. Wong, you will smile and nod. Then go walk around it. I do not waste my time collecting rumors. Everybody eats. That is all I need to know. Me?
You're...
No. The spirit world. You are talking about stories for children. I believe what I see. If I see it, it is real. Very simple. If you want some deeper discussion than that, go to a temple. Me, I will stay here and cook for the living. I hear stories just like everyone else, but they are always told by some scared farmer who wouldn't know the wind from a howl. I believe what I see. That's enough. Me? No. Mr. Wong is here to cut the vegetables and heft the rice bags. His job does not include criticizing the menu. I am the head chef. He is nothing.
But I am learning. I will train hard to become the best chef I can.
There's a small chance he could become slightly more than nothing, but I've seen no sign of it as yet. Some people are heroes, some merely clap as heroes walk by. Good. I need to concentrate on the menu. You want to eat, you'll leave me alone.
Good, you're here. We can continue where we left off before.
You've got unfinished business with us first.
There are important matters at hand, yet you fellows keep interrupting. I'm surprised you're this eager to get another beating so soon.
Thousand cuts.
You certainly look like Lee's top student, though there's something odd about how you fight. I can't put my finger on it. It doesn't matter. The sailors won't bother us again. We can get back to business. Sun Lee gave me instructions to await you if anything should happen. I have prepared for this day for well over a decade. The full extent of what the glorious strategist knows is beyond my mind to comprehend. He is without peer. All I know is that I had instructions to wait for you. Sun Lee asked me to seek a piece of a special amulet he wanted you, his prized pupil, to have. It was broken apart and scattered when the spirit monk temple fell. He intended to, and I assume he did, give the main piece to you. Rumor placed a smaller part with a fleeing apprentice monk, but it had been some years and the trail was cold. I eventually learned the monk had fled to Old Tien's Landing. He was there a year or so, but died of lingering injuries and was buried with his possessions unsorted. It was rushed at the time because the new dam was due to close and Old Tien's would become a watery tomb. The amulet was beyond reach, so I came here and waited. Now the Lotus assassins have drained the lake and exposed the ruins of Old Tien's Landing. It seems they are searching for this piece of the Spirit Monk amulet, too. The Emperor is privy to much. I don't know his motives, but any aid to you is likely a threat to him. You must go to the ruins and find the amulet piece meant for you. It is coming on 15 years now. As I said, I learned the location of the amulet after the monk died in Old Tien's. It has been difficult serving and waiting in silence. I choose to believe that my service was valuable and vital. You would have come here eventually. The amulet would draw you at least. My assignment is to give you information to help you acquire the amulet. I will gladly answer whatever questions I can. I only know that I had to find the piece I was tracking. I did so. It is in the ruins. You must find it before the Lotus Assassins do. You will need it to help your master. The gates leading to the ruins are locked, but Minister Shang can give you the key. You can find him in the town square, the highest point. I suspect the minister is eager to have someone investigate the opening of the Great Dam. You are wise to ask. It is a difficult but essential skill. Spirit Thief is always useful. It is common to get run down or injured during battle, and you can tire yourself even further concentrating your chi to aid your... When you are feeling such a drain on your resources, switch to Spirit Thief, and each successful blow... If you power through an opponent's guard with its strongest attack, it can briefly immobilize an enemy. During this, you can concentrate and increase the restoration. If you use that time to attack with another style, be careful. Your opponent may not be as vulnerable as they seem, and one must never be overconfident of victory. My assignment is... Pirates have raided local villages using flyers, swooping down like locusts. Minister Shang said he would stop them, but his promises have done nothing. You can find Shang near his still smoldering office in the center of town. I'm sure he will welcome your assistance, even if your reasons are your own. It is said that the water dragon is the shepherd of the dead and a symbol of life and restoration. Beyond that is philosophy and not for a soldier. As you see, I know little about the celestial powers. I knew less before Sun Li asked this service of me. I thought such beings were beyond physical assault. I was mistaken. I don't know how the attack was made or what blade could cut the heart from a god, but I do know that any man who would attempt such a plan is arrogant beyond imagining. I am unimportant, but I promised I would aid you as best I can, so ask your question. There is little to tell. I served him years ago in the Imperial Army. I was a tracker and a soldier. I was not at Dirge when it fell, but I heard the tale of Sun Li's death. But I refused to believe he was dead. In time, my faith was confirmed. He sought me out and told me what really happened. I swore my loyalty to him on the spot. I revere him as a teacher, and I revere him. Even when he ordered me to distant lands, my loyalty never wavered. But I am tired. I long for an end to my service. Sun Li is a great man, driven by greater goals and ideals. Sometimes his gaze is lifted so high that he does not see what is right in front of him. We who serve him are sometimes forgotten, left to toil in obscurity until the time to act is thrust upon us. So it was with me, waiting for you. That would be a question for him, wouldn't it? I can only say that Sun Li devoted his life to raising you, to one day right the wrongs in the Jade Empire. If he wanted to keep some small part of his own life and thoughts for himself, Who are you to question that? Everyone must have their private side. I cannot. I have done my part. I have given Sun Li my loyalty and devotion. Now I am empty. I have nothing left. I see an end to my long service. I welcome it. I will give you what guidance and information I can, but that is all I will do. My assignment. Remember, go to the ruins and claim the amulet before the Lotus Assassins do. You will need it to survive the trials that lie ahead. You really shouldn't waste your time here in this tea house. Remember, go to the ruins and...
Hello, greetings, welcome. My name is Steeper Yanru, and I'll be... No, that's not right at all. Idiot! I'm Barkeep Yanru now, not Steeper Yanru. I'm sorry about that. I still can't get the hang of this new position. Sometimes I wish old Mother Quan still owned the tea house so things could go back to the way they were. Old Mother Quan used to run the place until Dutong bought it. Well, buy isn't quite right. It's complicated. Talk to Mother Quan if you want the whole story. I used to steep the tea here. They called me Steeper Yanru. But now Dutong says I'm going to be the new barkeep. I'll have to give out advice and wine in equal doses. Sure. Just remember, I'm pretty new at this. I'm still practicing. Let's try this one. Every bureaucrat knows a tree grows toward the light, but a rock grows not at all. I have no idea. Dutong just had me memorize a bunch of wise sayings. None of them make much sense to me. Maybe they'll sound better if people drink the wine. I can't say too much about him. He's my boss, after all. Mostly, he just sits in the corner and drinks his wine until he gets drunk. It's a shame Mother Kwan had to give the place up. She didn't waste her days getting drunk, and she didn't make me practice giving out advice all day so I could become a barkeep. It's complicated. If you want the whole... Slow down, my friend. I can't serve you wine yet. I'm not a real barkeep. Master Dutong just has me practicing, so I'll be ready when he turns this place from a tea house into a tavern. Master Dutong wants me to practice giving out advice for now. He wants me to stay focused until I get the hang of it. No wine, except for him, of course. You want some advice? The wise man will always remember that falling leaves spiral downwards, but only until they rest on the earth. Just remember what I told you. You never know when a bit of homespun wisdom will come in handy.
Dutong says he hired me because I'm big as an ox and just as smart.
Gersun si yir so yir Europa ni wo so yira wo yawir.
I've heard pirates are raiding the outlying villages. I wonder if they'll attack Tian's Landing.
If Shang doesn't do something about those sailors soon...
I hoped Minister Shang had come here looking for a wife, but all he wants is to get back to the Imperial City.
You really shouldn't wait.
Hello, young one. My name is Kwan, but everyone calls me Old Mother Kwan. I'd like you to call me that too, okay? Welcome to my tea house. Oh, that's not right. No, not anymore. Sorry about the confusion, dearie. What I meant to say was, welcome to Master Dutong's tea house. Yes, I owned the tea house for many, many years. At least I thought I did. But then Master Dutong came to town with that imperial writ. Oh my, wasn't that a shock? Turns out his family owns this land. They have for hundreds of years. The land is his along with everything on it, so now he owns my tea house too. He was nice enough to let me stay on here as a helper. I steep the tea. Yanwan takes the orders, and Master Dutong, well, he mostly just drinks his wine. No one knew. This was just an empty patch of rock for hundreds of years. Who would have thought the Empire had deeded it to anyone? But Master Dutong came along with his writ. Now, why would I do such a thing? I can't even imagine anyone being so horrible they'd forge an imperial writ. No, I'm sure the land belongs to Master Dutong. That is very nice of you, my child, but what could you do? I would love to have my tea house back, but it belongs to Master Dutong now. You can't argue with an imperial... All this talk is just the rambling of an old woman. Put it out of your head and enjoy yourself. It may not be mine anymore, but this is still a fine tea house.
If you want tea, have a seat. The serving girl will be by directly if I don't fire her first, a useless wench. I should have replaced her the day I took over this tea house. I am Three Sheets Dutong, proud owner of this quaint little tea house. I recently acquired it from old Mother Kwan, the elderly lady steeping tea over there in the corner. Oh, certainly. The Imperial Writ is 400 years old, and I just carry it around with me all the time and show it to complete strangers. Please. The writ is locked safely away, as I told Mother Kwan. I'm not about to bring it out on your request. Now, if you will just leave me to my drinking.
You want me to throw this troublemaker out in the street, boss?
Don't be stupid. You saw what this man did to those sailors. He'd leave you broken and bleeding on the floor, and I have no one to clean up the mess. Forgive my guard. His intentions are good, but he's a bit slow on the uptake. I'd love to answer your questions, but that would interrupt my drinking. I'm afraid that isn't acceptable. I am Oh, the... What a truly horrible thing to say to me, especially when I'm sober. The very notion that I, Three Sheets Dutong, could do such a thing is, well, it is unthinkable. Your accusations grow tiresome, stranger. You have no proof that I cheated old Mother Kwan, and I don't see any reason to continue our conversation. So thank you, and goodbye.
Hello again, a salutatorious greeting and welcome. I'm gonna be the best barkeep in Tien's Landing. I would rather have kept my old job, but Dutong's in charge now. He says I have to practice giving out wine and that Imperial Writ has caused us no amount of grief. Mother Kwan lost her tea house, waitress Yanwan is busier than ever, and I spend all day giving out foolish advice. Mother Kwan saw it, though her eyes aren't too good. Most of us didn't bother to give it a look since hardly anyone in the town can read anyway. Farewell.
Hello again, dearie. I hope you're having a nice time here in my... Oh, of course I do, dearie. It was all I ever had. No children of my own. But it's Master Dutong's tea house. That's sweet of you, but there's nothing I could tell you short of how to... Be sure...
Hello? What? You mean it wasn't real? Problem is, Dutong's already shown everyone the writ, and now he's got it locked away. If you're right, he'd never bring it out again. That might work. It would probably help if you get him drunk first. That's something I can help you with. Dutong's always having me send over water. Usually I mix it with water so he doesn't get too drunk too fast, but I could start sending it to him unmixed. It won't be quite that easy. I've watched Dutong for quite a while, and when he's drinking, he usually goes through 3 stages of drunkenness. Dutong gets very friendly when he starts to drink. You might get a confession out of him then, but I doubt it. He's not really all that drunk at that stage. Usually after about 7 bowls, he slips into depression and sorrow. He complains about how his life is worthless and what a bad and sinful man he is. Not a pretty sight. By the 9th glass, he starts to get paranoid. You can't really talk to him then. Usually around that time, I try to slip a restorative potion into his glass to sober him up. The restorative tastes pretty foul, but it does the job. Works instantly and makes a man sober as an imperial judge. Dutong's guard keeps a vial handy at all times, just in case. The guard gave me a few vials so I could slip them into Dutong's wine when he starts to get paranoid. Keeps him from getting out of hand. No problem. We have two sorts of wine here. Peasant's wine and imperial seasoned spirits. The peasant's wine is pretty weak, but that's usually what Dutong drinks. The imperial seasoned spirits are a lot stronger. One bowl of that is worth 3 bowls of peasant's wine. And if Dutong gets too drunk, I have the restorative to One drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you? One drink for Master Dutong One drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you? Good, good. Go speak to Dutong. If he's not drunk enough, or if he's... We'll get him to admit he's a cheat and a sneak. Then old Mother Quan will be back in charge.
What do you want? You come to mock me? Come to laugh at the tragedy that is the life of Three Sheets Dutong? No, not the writ. Let's not talk about that. It's my secret shame. Just the thought of that writ brings tears to my eyes. It tears at my poor, miserable soul. Yes, I'm a worm. A filthy snake. I'm a worthless, wretched worm. Oh, I'm a despicable person. A bad, bad man. The writ, it's a fake. A forgery. I made it all up!
Bus, what are you saying? I better sober you up.
Oh, I hate that restorative potion. Oh, that stuff tastes like vomit baked in a glaze of goat hair and garnished with a sprinkling of horse dung. And now I have the strangest memory, as if I... Oh, no. Did I say anything to you, stranger? Anything about, oh, I don't know, an imperial writ?
I heard what you said, Dutong. I knew you cheated Mother Quan out of this place, and now we have proof. You can't get out of this now.
Ah, I see what you're after. Oh yes, Three Sheets Dutong was not born yesterday, or the day before that. Indeed, we are speaking the language of commerce. I will give you a great deal of silver to keep this little secret from getting out. Lots of silver for both of you, if you keep quiet about this.
I don't know, Dutong. I could really use the silver, but Mother Quan is such a nice old lady, I'm just not sure what to do. Right, of course. What was I thinking? Old Mother Quan's a good woman. She deserves to have her tea house back.
Boss, people aren't gonna like us when they find out what you did. Maybe we should get out of here.
That's the smartest thing you've said since I hired you. Let's go.
Well done. It'll be nice to have old Mother back in charge again. You should tell Mother Quan she got her tea house back. Now things can go back to the way they were.
I knew you would make the right choice. We share the same master, and he taught us both well.
Hello again, dearie. A forgery, are you certain? That scoundrel! No wonder he left here so fast. Cheating an old woman out of her hard-earned living. The very nerve. People, listen to me. Master Dutong has left. For good. And thanks to this brave young man here, the tea house is mine again.
Hooray for Mother Kwan! Her tea house is back in business.
You've given me back the only thing I ever cared about. And you've done a service for this town, too. I'm going to turn this place back into a respectable quality tea house. I don't have much. The only reward I can offer is my humble thanks. That and a promise that you will always be welcome here at Old Mother Kwan. My hero returns. Remember, you're always welcome in this tea house as long as Old Mother Kwan is around.
Praise the Emperor. Old Mother Kwan is back in charge, and I'm back steeping tea where I belong. No more giving out bad advice for me.
I may be drunk, but that doesn't mean I am a drunk, because I'm not. Well, just a little bit. But I'm brave, too. I'm going to go close the Great Dam and save the town. I'll be a hero. That'll show them. Well, that'll show them all. I just need another drink to get my courage up. Wine! Someone bring me more wine!
You've been saying that for 3 days, Rue. Minister Shang's already looking for other people to close the dam, and you'll look a fool after all your boat.
I doubt that man could open a door, never mind a dam.
I may be drunk. I'll be...
You've been... Everything is right again. Thank you for putting Old Mother Kwan back in charge.
You bringing me a drink? No. Then go away. Stuck in this backwater town and the... Ing better figure out a way to get our ship back on the water quick, or I'm gonna snap.
Can't you just leave an old man in peace? Sorry doesn't count for much. Sorry can't erase our mistakes. Sorry can't change the past. Nothing. It's not important. Just... Can't you just leave? I'm nobody important. Nobody at all. And I have nothing to say. Why are you bothering me? I've done nothing to you. I'm just a tired old man trying to drink his tea. I'm nobody important. Why are you... Just...
Wosansiaso no Goboko. Wokuketita sumpono, sukokot awokatia, wonofatasia. Niwupa ia kupusa ia elwath kraka ia nano uksaro isowak nikano wo napiat shathia uko. Piat shathia kraka ia nano uksaro wonofatasia. Ikakahia wo no kakikai ia. Wosoawi ia ni tu uksumpuno. Piat shatia kraka ea nano uksaro wo no fatasi. Wasrafno sositu no ko ota napia ifaria ok. Kutkosi wiwa ya wo nova ya ifaria okta wikino. Wo nova ea sususatia sonsifonia sonsi ifok. Wo kupketita wo sonsia kutkosi wi. Niwupa ea kupusa ea elwath kraka ea nano. Wo nova ea sususatia sonsifonia sonsi if. Wo kukehita sumpono, sakwa kawi ea ifia, piat shatia kraka ea nano uk, noko wo ifawia ok, kun one wipifia. Ika kahia wo noka, wasrafno sositu noko ota napia ifawia. Wo kukehita sumpono, sukokot awokatia, wo nofa. Niwu sosawa ea wak, tasi no ni nano yoka napia ifaria o. Kutkosi wiwa ya, wo nova ya ifaria o ka wikino. Tofaria wo sa ya. Wo koko kapikita wo sa ya sawa. Okniko fia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yokyo wia sonsi ya wo. Piershat uk ni uksa ia sumpuno kanhon wo ushish. Wo kupketita sumpuno, sukokot awokati. Piat shatia kraka ea nano uksaro wo no fatasia. O nik ufa ia nakani si sawa ukaru. Wo rino wat. Noko wo ifawia ok. Kun one wo nikawane. O sa wauli ia na patowite ia I flanketi. Vos wo wo Oknikov ia. Wo ia kukwania sinia ia. Ika kakia wo noka kikia ia, wo shafia oka uki ia, ni wo sosawa ia. Noka wo ifawia o kun one wipifia. Hoso awi ia ni tu wo uksumpo. Utata ia okayowe ia fonia sisa ia rusta pafawe ia towia.
Can't you just... I'm no...
Leave Zhang alone.
Zhang, you can't stay up here forever. This isn't your home. You need to come back with me to the farm.
No. Zhang not want to go home. Zhang doesn't want to see Ox.
It wasn't your fault. It was an accident. I need you back at the farm. Now let's go, Zhang.
No. Leave Zhang alone, or Zhang get angry and smash it.
No. Please don't, Zhang. I'll just go over here and leave you alone. What? Oh, hello there. Don't let Zhang bother you. He's really quite harmless. He's just a little upset right now. I am Dongping, Zhang's employer. Zhang works on my farm, but the other day he accidentally killed one of my oxen. And since then he has refused to come back. Some of the patrons here are unnerved by his size. I'm worried that if he doesn't leave with me soon, the owners may take matters into their own hands. If he gets hurt, or worse, I'll be ruined. I can't run the farm without him, but I don't know what else to do. He won't... You will? I must warn you. Zhang is, well, is very strong-willed and very strong. I am grateful for your help, but please, be careful. Zhang the ox carrier came by his name honestly. I would hate to see him hurt you or anybody else for that matter. Speak softly to him.
Go away. Zhang not want to speak to you. Zhang kill ox. Zhang too strong, too rough with ox. Zhang not want to hurt ox. Zhang only playing. Now Zhang cries for ox. Ox like to play with Zhang. Ox like it when Zhang throw her in the air and catch her. Zhang missed. Zhang dropped Ox on her head. Ox is dead. Ox was Zhang's friend. Zhang killed a friend and now Zhang is bad. Master have other ox. Master won't starve. Master better off without Zhang. I will go. I don't want to fight anymore. You have been nice to Zhang. Zhang like you. Zhang hope you have good day.
Thank you so much. I was at my wit's end. You've done me a great service today. Come, Zhang. Let's go home.
Zhang coming. Zhang go home now.
Thank you for convincing that poor ogre to leave. Such a sad story, really. He certainly seemed harmless enough, but the customers were leery of him. Here, this is a little something to thank you for your help.
Do you mind? I'm in no mood for company given my present state of despondency. My name is Yaru, though some of the locals disparagingly refer to me as Yaru the Sailor. You see, I am predisposed to seasickness, ergo I despise the water. Yet I suffer their verbal slings and arrows with nary a complaint. It is just one more misfortune to pile atop the great heap that buries me in misery. I am at the stage of my life in which I long for companionship, a wife with intellect and refinement comparable but just slightly inferior to my own. Unfortunately, this town presents scant opportunity for a suitable match. Seamstresses, barmaids, peasants. I may as well marry the harlots selling themselves in the street. Or perhaps everyone else's standards are far too low. I shall not allow myself to be saddled with a marriage of convenience, not when I deserve so much more. I understand your desire to seek elucidation from one whose vocabulary is elevated above the grunts and squawks of the general rabble inhabiting this town. However, I'm in no mood to converse with you, not while my heart bears the weight of my great burden. I am at the Your jibes can nary prick the armor of my pride. They are blunted barbs forged by the sputtering flames of your lesser intellect. Farewell. Perhaps we shall speak again, if you ever
They say the ruins are haunted. I wonder if it's...
Dutong was smart to run off like that. If we ever catch him, he'll pay for what he did to Mother Quan.
You bringing me a drink? Look at these town folk glaring at us. It ain't our fault we're stuck here.
Those sailors are the worst. They're rude and crude, and they don't keep their hands to themselves.
There are ghosts wandering the land.
The Emperor won't allow those.
Don't be like that.
Yeah, we're nice guys. Don't pretend you're better than us.
Yeah, we don't want to be stuck in your stuck-up town either, you know?
Welcome, stranger! Welcome to beautiful Tien's Landing. Isn't it a glorious day? Oh, I know, people complain and grumble, but honestly, I think they're overreacting. Things can't be that bad, right? After all, you're here. If the town was truly doomed, would we still be getting visitors? Ha, I think not. In fact, I think your presence here is a sure sign that things are looking up. Soon, all our problems will be solved. It's just like I kept saying. People call me Li Shun the Talkative, though I have no idea why. I'm actually a basket maker. In fact, I dare say I am the best basket maker in all of Tien's Landing. Of course, with the dam open, ships can't navigate the river. So I have no supplies to make my baskets and no customers to buy them. But am I worried? Of course not. My children only need one meal a day. After all, they're small. And my wife can take a third job if necessary. I know things will turn around soon. Things will get better, they always do. It's like my father used to say, the greater the problem, the greater the solution. I'm sure it'll all work out. You came to the right place then. I won't give you the doom and gloom others will. Sure, we've got problems, but Tien's Landing is still the best village in the district. The Great Dam's been opened and the river level has dropped. Ships can't navigate the river and nobody can fish. But I think people are overreacting. Basically, we're suffering some minor inconveniences, which I'm sure will soon be resolved. Still, there are a few alarmists who scream and cry that our town is dying. Can you imagine? They have no faith in the Emperor, nor in Minister Shang, who is in charge of Tien's Landing. I am sure the cunning Shang has a plan to save him. He's in the town square, the highest point in Tien's Landing. Just follow any path leading up until you can't go any higher, and you're there. Minister Shang may not have the best reputation, but I'm sure that's just gossip. I'll bet he's actually a smart, active man who can reassure you of our town's future. Denial? Preposterous! Sure, half the people have moved away, and those who stayed have mostly given up hope, and the entire town is running out of food and silver. But does my optimism mean I'm in denial? Of course not! I mean, none of the buildings are on fire, right? See? Something good. Just like that, right off the top of my head. I admit that some see our Imperial Minister Shang as, well, not entirely competent or capable of dealing with our problems. But somehow things will work out. Enjoy your stay and wonderful...
Hello, and welcome to Chuman's Woodcrafts. I'm afraid I don't have any woodwork items ready. I'm Chuman the Craftsman. Nobody important, just a simple merchant of fine woodwork items. A merchant who may not be in business much longer, I'm afraid. There are several customers who owe me money, but with the dam open, times are hard. I can't expect them to pay me when they can't even feed their family. And if they don't pay me, I can't afford the raw materials to make my woodwork. No, that won't be necessary. I don't want to cause any trouble for my customers. A noble offer, but I must refuse. Prospects for my shop are poor right now. I can't allow you to risk losing your investment. No, things will have to work out on their own. You might be right. I'm a fine craftsman, but I'm not much for business. I extend credit too easily, and then I can't bring myself to collect. It's just not in my nature. No. A good thing. It's an uncomfortable topic, really. It's not so much that I need anyone's charity as I could just use some help. No, I'm nobody. You don't want to talk to me. You should speak to... There are several customers who... I'm... Farewell.
Another day, another bowl of rice, I hope.
Ghosts bring wind. Wind is no friend to a river fisherman, I can tell you that. One thing that is good about being a fisherman, you never see a ghost out in the middle of the river.
Wo kauso ir noka wowo taraway il shaksi iro finu pifu.
This here's a private club. Members only. You can't. Just move along. You have a nice day now.
irkana. O nikasuri irkwana no kasa iriru. Ikirnik tinepiru o iferek uksun puno.
You taught me much, Jian, but the most valuable lessons were learning where you were wrong. 17th square of the Lion, if you please.
Otowir ukawana ir usoana da hoki. Niato nonapadi irovir.
You are being rude, Jian. We have a guest. Let us place the game on hold a moment.
Tawi ir kawana ir sonir iboki. Wanakapir sari awaf, van sierra suorofos, isinosaurus.
Surely you know of Yi, the capturing game? Played on a board of 19 rows and columns, the black and white pieces capture territory for their player.
Ikirnik tinepiru, o iferek uksun puno. Oki fakarea, ni uk.
Do not be so hasty, Jian. You...
Nararo, na pirapir ni takatashi.
Forgive him. Had my former master bothered to remember his manners, he might have told you that we are not from Tian's land. Jian the Iron Fist isn't honestly going to let this one walk away, is he? If you don't...
Sisair pawaro, tikotro tuaso.
I too see strength, but also the capacity for understanding the world and your place in it. You could prove an interesting pupil.
Ipanar nuko iwair, nikasanarir, iruru ninua sa irkana.
He would like nothing more than to have you as a student. But show me that you walk the way of the open palm, and I will teach you the mysteries of Stone Immortal.
Usair kokonato, tanatnia, katanano, shafatoyo, kokonato siir ipanoneniko.
Always a pleasure to talk to another warrior. My game of Yi with Jian can wait a moment. You know my name. That's really all that's important, isn't it? Not many know of my exploits outside of the prosperous East. I was once his student, until I decided I couldn't agree with all of his teachings. He was an excellent master, but I couldn't follow his philosophy. 20 years have passed since we parted ways, and while we disagree on principle, I can't help but feel some affection for the old man. This is why we only meet once a year to play Yi. Jian the Iron Fist is best taken in small doses. A wonderful province, and yes, one that I call home. You should visit sometime and see the wonders of Phoenix Gate. Of course, the Imperial City still stands as the greatest city, but Phoenix Gate has its own charms. Standing on the sea of glass, it is a hub of trade. Each year, Jian and I make our way here to the Seat of Heaven province to meet for a few days of Yi. It's something of a ritual. It was nice. Stone Immortal allows you to control the Earth itself. It is not easy to master. To understand the Earth, you must be aware of all things around you and understand that they are all connected in one way or another. That is why Stone Immortal is only taught to those who follow the way of the open palm. Our sense of harmony aids us in persuading the Earth to serve as our ally. You have some understanding of the way of the open palm, but Stone Immortal is not easily taught. Return to me when you feel you understand the way of the open palm. Then you will be ready. When you feel that you
Sisair Pawaro, Tikotro Tuaso. Wuno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo, ko nirfuk no sankud na no wana napir. Ukir naro fir sisair witu ir, utar no winik ufir ukapoki.
That was before I realized that Jian caused as much trouble as he solved. We had a falling out.
Irkana.
I only fight when it is necessary, and only when other options have failed, Jian. It does not make my actions any less significant.
No you will wakits. You could ni kun tawe ir kawana ir soni ir ipoki. Tawa. Wokir wir no fa. Onawa Pharaoh, so kuna. Satakwana uno nap. Sir, Ritsutat. Ikir niktine piru, wo iferek ux, wo nikasurier kwana no kuni uk nawata ir, nik nipier. Wo sun punono, yapapat nasia uir sa ye wooth. Sa ir yakoak, coconato sir ipanoneniku. Wonakapir sari awaf, van sir surufu. Woto ukawana ir usoanata hoki. Niato wonanapati. Sata tawe ir wonawa fukuno sukut nia awafawa ir. Ipanar nuko iwa ir. Nikasanarir, iruru ninuasa, niato wonanapati irovir, kuni uknawa, unikasurir kwanano kuni uknawata ir, niknipi. Wo anania ifuwir. Sisai.
Ing better figure out a way to get us out of here soon, or...
Look at all these people here. When my old father told me to come to the big city, he never warned me about the crowd. Back on the farm, I ain't never seen so many people and buildings in one place. Except for livestock. But I guess they ain't people. Or... My name's Tian. But everyone calls me Big Tian because I'm so big. I came to the city to try to find me a wife. So far, it's not going so good. You wouldn't happen to know any pretty young gals, would you? Someone who'd want to come live on the farm with me? Well, that's a real shame. If you run across any nice gals...
It ain't easy being a dock worker. We don't get paid much, but we sure...
One thing that is good about being a fisherman, You never see a ghost out in the middle of the river.
Hey, Baker Bay. How are you today?
Go away! I told you I want no part of this. Tell Eiling to leave me alone.
If you want to tell Eiling something, go tell her yourself. In the meantime, we have our orders. Nothing personal. It's a little personal with me. I like sticking your face in the gutter. Hold on a sec. We've got You're a little too interested in our business, friend. Looks like we gotta teach you to back off when Eiling's boys are working.
Ice Shard. Longsword. Ice Shard. Longsword. Ice Shard. Thousand cuts. Longsword. Ice Shard. Longsword.
Can you believe that these thugs would just attack me in broad daylight like that? They might have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. Thank you. I never expected such help from a stranger. You spoke to Lan? How humiliating. My fiancé must have told you I can't protect myself. The woman I love doesn't have faith in me? Oh, the shame. I'll never live this day. Yes, you're right, of course. I suppose I can't fault Lan for being worried about me. I've taken some serious beatings lately. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm just worried about Lan. She's very emotional. I've done my best to try and keep her from becoming involved in this. Those thugs are acting on Eiling's orders. She's the head of their gang. They have a small hideout in the boathouse. Eiling and I were friends when we were children, but we drifted apart as we grew up. She fell in with some rough people, as you've already seen. Ever since I got engaged, Eiling has become obsessed with me. Every day she sends her thugs to beat me up. She says she won't stop until I go talk. She's obviously crazy. I've done nothing to her. We haven't even spoken in years. If I go to her hideout to talk to her, I'm afraid that I'll never come out. At least the beatings on the street are out in public. They won't kill me in front of witnesses. Well, not on purpose anyway. No. Lan's very emotional. I didn't want her to get upset. At first, I didn't tell her anything at all. But I couldn't hide my bruises forever. So I told her about the beating. But even then, I didn't mention Eiling. It's bad enough what's happening to me. I was afraid if Lan became more involved, Eiling might hurt her too. I'm being completely honest, I swear. I know how this looks. You must think I've done something to deserve this, but I have no idea why Eiling is after. Thank you so much. Eiling and her thugs are in the boathouse. Please just ask her to...
Sorry, stranger. I stick to my regular customers.
Don't bother me. I may be a beggar, but I'm on my break right now.
It ain't easy being a dock worker. We ought to form a guild. Everyone else has them, why not us?
These docks remind me of the fishermen in Two Rivers. A shame we will never see them again.
Don't bother me.
Is there anything... No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind. Although your company... Strange enemies, troubling plot... I will... I do not like the area around this place, around Tien's Landing. Maybe I just feel this way because of what happened at the school, or what I fear will happen to Master Lu. I will. Yes, of course. Be well.